Hello, my name is Kindson Munonye, and today we'll continue from where we stopped, still on Project Communications Management knowledge area of the Project Management body of knowledge. Today we are going to discuss Manage Communications. Previously on this knowledge area we discussed Plan Communications Management. One thing I want to let you know is that some of the or most of the tools and techniques used in Plan Communication Management will also be used in this very process of managed communications. Before then, let's now look at what really is managed communications. According to the Pinball Guide 5th edition, managed communications is the process of creating, collecting, distributing, storing, retrieving, and ultimate disposition of project information in accordance with communications management plan. Straight up, you know that one of the inputs to manage communications has to be communications management plan. The key benefit of this process is that it enables an efficient and effective communication flow between project stakeholders. Remember the difference between efficient and effective communication? Effective communication has to do with providing information in the right format to the right audience at the right time and also with the right impact. Efficient communication has to do with providing the information. Okay, that has escaped my mind, but efficient communication, just give me a second, has to do with efficient has to do with providing only the information that is needed. That is efficient. Whereas effective has the different 4 dimensions I just mentioned. Right, let's move on. Techniques for consideration for effective communication management include are not limited to sender-receiver models, that is, incorporating feedback loops to provide opportunities for interaction, participation, and remove barriers to communication with length of noise as disturbances to communication. And also we have the choice of media, situation specifics as to when to communicate in writing versus orally, when to prepare an informal memo versus formal report, and when to communicate face-to-face versus email. So I think all these we discussed in plan communication management when we discussed not communication methods but factors to consider in planning communication. Then we have writing styles, appropriate use of active versus passive voice, sentence structure, and word choice. Other techniques for consideration for effective communication include meeting management techniques, preparing an agenda and dealing with conflicts, presentation techniques, awareness of the impact of body language and design of visual aid, facilitation techniques, building consensus and overcoming obstacles, listening techniques, listening actively, acknowledging, clarifying and confirming, and removal of barriers that adversely affect comprehension. So these are to be considered for effective communication. Let's now go ahead to look at the ITTOs of managed communication. First, we need a communication management plan. Then we need work performance reports, enterprise environmental factors, and organizational process assets. The tools and techniques, as I told you before, they are similar to that of planned communication management except for having an information management system and performance reporting. We have the other 3 to be the same: information technology, communications technology, communications methods, and then communications technology, communications model, and communications methods. Okay, so we have outputs to be project communications, updates to project management plan, project document, and organizational process assets. Okay, so let's now take a look at some of these inputs and see why they are there. Why do we need communications management plan to manage communication? The answer is clear, because communications management plan provides a description of how project communications will be planned, structured, monitored, and controlled. Then we have work performance reports. They are a collection of project information and status information that may be used to facilitate discussion and to create communications. They will have enterprise environmental factors that may affect or influence the managed communications process include the organizational culture and structure, government or industry standards and regulations, and project management information system. All these are enterprise environmental factors. What of organizational process assets? Organizational process assets that can influence the managed communication process include, but are not limited to, policies, procedures, processes, and guidelines regarding communications management. We also have templates, historical information, and lessons learned. Okay, so I want to talk a little about work performance reports, because we say work performance reports is one of the inputs to manage communications. Work performance reports are the physical or electronic representation of work performance information compiled in project documents intended to generate decisions, actions, or awareness. Work performance reports are a subset of project documents which are intended to create awareness and generate decisions or actions. Okay, so some examples of work performance reports are given there. Status reports, memos, justifications, information notes, recommendations, and updates. All these are work performance reports. Let's now look at the tools and techniques. I'm not going to spend much time on on communications technology, because I already explained it in the previous video when I discussed tools and techniques for planned communication management. Alright. Also, communication model used to facilitate communications and exchange of information. I also discussed in my previous video, but I give all the details here, where you have the sender receiver, we have medium, we have noise. We went ahead to calculate the number of just give me a second. Okay, sorry, there was no calculation. I was mixing up with communications requirement analysis, where we did calculation under the planned communications management. But here we have a communication model, where we have the sequence followed in communication model: encode, transmit, decode, acknowledge, then feedback and response. Communication methods we've discussed before now in my previous video, so you may pause the video and take a look, or you can rewind, or you go back to watch the previous video on planned communications management. Alright, the unique tool and technique here, we have information management system. Project information is managed and distributed using a variety of tools, including, now we are talking about how information is managed using the information management system. For instance, hard copy document management, letters, memos, and stuff like that can be archived, they can be stored in file systems and so on, or whatever kind of management system is used. Electronic communications management, email, fax, voicemail, telephone, video, web conferencing, etc. We also have electronic project management tools, web interfaces to scheduling and project management softwares, meeting and virtual office support software, portals, etc. So these are information management system, which is tools and techniques for manage communication. The final tool and technique for manage communication we are going to look at is performance reporting. This is the act of collecting and distributing performance information, including status reports, progress measurements, and forecasts. Performance reporting involves the periodic collection and analysis of baseline versus actual data to understand and communicate the project progress and performance, as well as to forecast the project results. Performance reporting needs to provide information at an appropriate level for each audience. The format may range from a simple status report to a more elaborate report, and may be prepared regularly or on an exception basis. A simple status report might show performance information such as percent complete or status dashboard for each area. So this is the last tool and technique. Let's now look at the output of the managed communications. Okay, we have this under performance report. We have a more elaborate performance report like analysis of past performance, forecast, etc. The outputs are change requests, project management. No, this is not the right output. Okay. Take note that this is being a mix-up here. There is no change request in managed communication, but we have project communications. We have project communications, we have a project management plan update, project document updates. We don't have this. Okay, just take notes down. The first one is change requests. Change request. That is, change request is one of the outputs of managed communication. Not change request. Sorry. I mean project communications. I'm just mixing up the whole thing. Let's remove all of this. Alright, so we are talking about project communications. Project communications, not change requests. Let me just write it out so that to be clear. Project communication is the output of the managed communication project communications sorry, I don't write perfectly this touchpad. Alright, okay. Alright, so this is it. Project communication, project management plan updates, project document updates, and of course organizational process assets update. We need, okay, now the question is, what is project communications? Project communication includes performance reports, deliverable status, project schedule progress, cost incurred. Project communications can vary significantly and are influenced by factors such as urgency and impact of the message, its method of delivery, and level of confidentiality. Alright, so this is the much we can take for managed communications. Take note of these outputs. Sorry, I mixed up the whole thing, but take note of these 4 output: project communications, project management plan updates, project document updates, and organizational process aspect update. I hope this has been helpful to you. Now I'd like to take you back to the ITTOs so that you spend a little time to get these ITTOs into your brain, especially the tools and techniques like project communications, communications methods, communications model, information management system, and performance reporting. I hope you've learned much, and I would like to thank you for joining me, and please join me in my next presentation as I'm going to discuss control communications.